Today, we're looking at a deck submitted by Master of Zelda, and it's pretty gangster. So what makes this deck pretty cool is a couple things. First of all, there's an infinite combo in the deck with Guildmage and Mindcrank. This combo's been around for a while, but it's still pretty cool. So this is what Mindcrank does. It says whenever opponent loses life, that player puts that many cards on top of his or her library into his or her graveyard. And if you look at Guildmage's first ability, it says whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, that player loses 1 life. So if you have Mindcrank out and then you play the Guildmage, activates first ability, it sets off an infinite combo where your opponent loses infinite life basically. And it's a pretty gangster way to win the game. But the coolness of the deck doesn't end there. It also has Training Grounds, which makes creatures' activated abilities cost 2 less to activate. So that does work well with Guildmage, making it cost 1 less, but it also works well with the card Pack Rat. And Pack Rat's a card that's really popular. A lot of people have asked to make a deck around Pack Rat, so here we go. So with Training Grounds out, instead of paying 3 and discarding a card, you only pay 1 discard a card. So you can make a lot of rat tokens really quickly, and it can be quite powerful. Also in the deck, we have Muddle the Mixture. For 2 mana, you can counter instant or sorcery spell, but mainly we have it in the deck for Transmute, which for a cost of 3 allows us to fetch for a card with converted mana cost 2. So we can get Pack Rat, or we can get one of the cards for the combo, and it's a pretty cool card. We also have the usual cards found in a black deck. We have 4 Fatal Pushes, 3 Inquisitions, 2 Thought Seizes. There's also 1 Collective Brutality, which is also a pretty good card. In addition, we have Thought Scour, 3 of them. It's mainly there for Tasigur, and Tasigur works well in this deck because its activated ability, it normally costs 4, but with Training Grounds out, it costs 2 less. So that's why that's there. And there's also Scarab God. Its activated ability also costs 2 less, so that's why that's there. And overall, the deck has a lot of synergy. There's also 1 Liliana here, but that's kind of eh. But moving on to sideboard. In the sideboard, we have 2 Thought Seizes because you can never have too many Thought Seizes. There's also 2 Hurkyl's Recall for artifact decks, 1 extra Collective Brutality, mainly against aggro decks because we can gain life with this 3rd mode. We also have 2 Dimir Guildmages, which work well with Training Grounds. So in matches that are a bit slow, we can use this card, gets good value out of Training Grounds. So yeah, there's also 2 Counter Squalls, which is basically a better version of Negate because not only does it counter the card, but it also makes our opponent lose 2 life. Also, 2 Damnations. Some creature heavy decks could give this deck some trouble, so having 2 Damnations is really important for this deck. And lastly, we have 4 Leyline of the Voids. Now this card's a bit iffy because it does shut off the infinite combo, but on the upside, a lot of times we do take out the infinite combo going into game 2, especially if they know it's coming. So having it there isn't the end of the world. And there are a couple decks that really get shut off when they don't have their graveyard. So we gotta have some kind of graveyard hate in the sideboard. But enough talk, let's get to the gameplay. But first, if you want to see more videos about user submitted decks like this one, you can let me know by subscribing. Let me know in the comments below that you want to see more videos like this. But without further ado, let's get to the gameplay, and I hope you enjoy. Opening hand, nothing too special, but we do have Training Grounds followed by Pack Rat, so we'll start off with Training Grounds and pass the turn back. Ooh, an Affinity. Alright, pull another Pack Rat, so we'll drop that and pass back to our opponent. Opponent plays another Vault Scourge. Ooh, and Galvanic Blast. Wah, wah. That's fine, because we do have another one. Okay, so Pack Rat and pass back to our opponent. Ornithopter, and opponent swings in for 2. I think this is the longest I've seen an Affinity deck hold 4 cards in hand. Seal Overseer, and at the end of turn, activate this hoe, so we get another one. And we could just dump our whole hand. That would be pretty gangster. So we'll swing in, and before damage is dealt, we'll fire them off. Ho, 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 that's so good. Mox Opal. Can't really see how they're going to come back from this. I mean, that's a lot of 5/5s. Signal Pest, yeah. I think we just outspeeded Affinity. Is speed is a word? We outsped Affinity. We outraced Affinity. There we go. Now I sound smart. Alright, so we take 4, they gain 4, back to our turn. Swing with everything. Opponent blocks like this, we'll discard. So they take 12 to go to 1. Pass the turn back. And there's the concede. Wow. Alright, pretty good start against Affinity, so on to sideboarding. Going into game 2, I think it's going to be tough to pull off the combo against him because his deck is really fast. I'm going to dump all this stuff and put in all this other stuff with like Hurkyl's Recall and Collective Brutality and Damnation, Thought Season, the Guildmage, because why not? And with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand, a lot of lands, but we do have a Damnation, so I guess we'll try keeping it. Cranial Plating and Ornithopters, okay. And another Fatal Push, sure. So we'll hold back for now. Use the Fatal Push on our opponent's turn, depending on what they equip it to, if they equip it. So pass back to them. Arcbound Ravager. That does complicate things a bit, so maybe we should just kill that instead. Opponent puts Cranial Plating on that. So if we try and kill this, though, he's just going to sacrifice to put on the Ravager. So we'll just let 5 go through, and at the end of turn, kill the Ravager. So opponent sacks in response, puts it on that, and back to our turn. Might as well Thought Scour ourselves. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, pass back to our opponent. And opponent makes that into a creature, okay. Now the problem is that whatever we try to kill, he can redirect this onto another creature. So what to do? I think the safest option is to not do anything. See if he wants to redirect to that. No? Well, we do need to buy some time. I don't know. We'll save it though. We have a Pack Rat now, so we'll play it. Did I want to do that? I don't even know if I wanted to do that, because we'll probably have to use Damnation next turn. That might have been a little bit of a misplay. Wait, I think he has removal for it. Okay, good. Oh no, he's directing it at us. Oh crap. Well, okay. I think the good news is that we're not going to survive until next turn, so the Damnation didn't really matter. Opponent swings in response to him swinging in, it doesn't really matter because he's going to redirect it, or re-equip it, that is. Yep. So we're going to game 3. No changes to sideboard. Opening hand, we do have the Hurkyl's Recall, but no lands, so we're going to mull. We could keep hope for a land on top because we do have the Training Grounds and Pack Rat again, so we'll try it. That's not good. Bottom that. Go with the Training Grounds, pass back, and no place from our opponent this turn. Wow. So it looks like like we might have two bad hands here. Ravager, Mox Opal, and back to us. Okay, we do have a land, so we'll drop that. Play a pack rat because we're desperate. And back to our opponent. And opponent kills it. Another Ravager. Back in our turn, we have a Hercule's Recall. Okay. Is now the time? Probably not. We'll wait. So drop another pack rat. Could really use some more mana. But oh well. Back to our opponent. And Galvanic Blast. Great. It's champion. Link with Nexus. And we only take 3, 4. That's okay. Man, the penetration is real. I don't want to do pack rat. We could use Inquisition and Thought Scour, or we could use Hercule's Recall. I think we'll use Hercule's Recall. I mean, kind of have to. Opponent swings in, but doesn't use the lands. This is kind of a bummer. So we'll go ahead, bounce. That buys us a turn. Ravager comes back out. Opal. And second Ravager. Okay. Well, no land. That sucks. We'll try Thought Scouring ourselves. Get a land. Let's go ahead and get S champion so we don't have to deal with that later, assuming there is a later. Galvanic Blast and take Etch champion. All right, back to our opponent. The Blinkmith becomes a creature. Opponent swings in for a 3 at least. Yep, 3 goes through. And a pest. Well, we have enough for damnation now, which we have to use. Okay, back to our opponent. Opponent plays another Inkmith and is going for Infect now. Okay, so let's race him. We're having like a little bit of an island overload here, so instead of discarding 2 cards, we only discard 1. That kind of blows. Oh well, back to our opponent. Overseer. Man, this is gonna be tough. Opponent swings for 2. Discard the Thoughtseize and a Scarab God, but I think it's kind of too late for that. Would have been cool though. Go ahead, swing with both. And before damage is dealt, discard both. The opponent will take 8. And back to them. No way. Oh my god. Well, top deck for the win. Man, oh man. So close, so close. Well, that one could have gone either way, but on to the next one. Opening hand's a bit meh, but we do have Mindcrank and we could get the other card with this, so we'll try keeping it. And to plains, okay. Another Metal Mixture and to land. Well, we'll go with Mindcrank and pass the turn back. Thalia. Now the question is, should we go straight ahead and go for the combo or try Pack Rat? Let's try the combo. Pack Rat might be a little safer, but nah. Go ahead, take this, because yeah, the combo would be cooler. Back to our opponent. Opponent swings for 2. Plays a Leon Arbiter. Okay, fine. So it does slow us down a bit. We pull an Inquisition. Yeah, we can play it. Ah, shit, I forgot I couldn't fetch. Oh, I'm an idiot. Well, I don't know now. Can't. Gosh, it's so weird because like this doesn't give you a chance to click it. Like you have to click it before you fetch, and like I always forget that like it doesn't come up on the trigger. Ugh, that feels shitty. Okay, back to our opponent. So almost. Why didn't I use Inquisition? Oh my god, what the hell's wrong with me? For some reason I thought Inquisition cost an extra 2. I don't know why. I was thinking the 2 here. Oh gosh. In my defense, I haven't slept for 8 hours in like a month. So yeah, back on our turn. Go with Pack Rat. Fast the turn back. Opponent gets rid of another land. I mean, maybe I should just kept some lands untapped. I don't know. I feel like I'm just misplaying this game so badly. Opponent passes back. We'll hold black for a blocker. We could discard as well. Back to our opponent. Mind Sensor, sure. Opponent swings in, we'll block and discard. We go to 1. Oh man, I'm just not even thinking. I should have chumped. I don't know. Oh, this whole game. We're not even at 1. We're at 3. What the hell? If only we had some way to avoid losing this turn or next turn. Well, we should have won that one as far as I'm concerned. So we're going to game 2 and forgetting that happened. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Okay, going into game 2, I'm gonna get rid of 3 Thought Scours, 2 Metal Mixtures, and put in 2 Damnations, 1 Collective Brutality, and 2 Thought Seizes. And with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand, nothing too special, but we'll keep anyway. Oh shit, could not have been a worse card turn 1. Oh my gosh. Or turn 0 rather. We'll pass back to our opponent. Could play Pack Rat, but it's safer to hold on to it. But the other hand isn't so great, so maybe we should play Pack Rat. Pack Rat is. Hopefully we don't have Path to Exile. Oh, when opponent passes back, we have some hope. Swing in. And 4 damage is dealt, we'll discard. So opponent takes 2. And then pass the turn back. And no place for our opponent again. Ooh. Into Worship. Okay. Swing in. And before damage is dealt, we'll activate. Opponent will take 6. Pass back. And there's a land. But I think we get it either way. The only thing that can really stop us is like Ghostly Prison, but I doubt he has that. Yeah, Drowsy Displacer. And a Training Grounds. But no need, our opponent concedes. So after I played a shit game 1, they played a shit game 2, so maybe I can win Sleep Deprived after all. Going into game 3, I'm gonna get rid of 2 Inquisitions and put in 2 more Thought Scars, so he does have that ley line there, and we kind of need the Thought Seizes because he did discard Worship, so we can't have that in there. So with that, let's go to game 3. Opening hand, no lands, so we're mulling. Well, we can keep this. Training Grounds, Pack Rat, yeah. Land on top, looking pretty good, and no ley line. Ether Vial. Well, I'm gonna wait for turn 3 for Pack Rat, so I'm just gonna use Thought Seize now. Glad I did. I'm gonna take Thalia. And wait, there's no more lands in his hand. Ooh. So I guess he's gonna rely on Ether Vial. Okay, we might have a shot at this. Surprisingly, right? And what are the odds he drew a Path to Exile? Should we play Pack Rat? Probably not. So go Training Grounds. We go Thought Seize. Or just hold on to it in case he gets something later. I think we'll just take Selfless Spirit, though. I mean, that could be dangerous late game. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Glad we did that. I'm going to take that. So that way pack rat can still activate. Man, that was a close one. Opponent vials in the Arbiter and kills that. Sure. Another Thoughtseize, but I think we'll just drop in pack rat now. And just hope there's no path. So pass back to our opponent. Man, they have no lands, only Ether Vial. So even if they do pull a path, I mean, they might not even have the planes for it. Dang. Okay, we got a Guildmage. We'll swing with the rat, see if he wants to block. Selfless Spirit, but no blocks. Okay, get rid of the land and the Guildmage. Opponent takes 3, back to them. I was holding on to the Thoughtseize for Worship, but I don't think they were going to get there because, like, 0 lands. Yeah, they're not going to get there to 4. Opponent swings for 2 in the air, sure. And has us on 3 counters, okay. Ooh, we almost had the combo there. Well, swing with everything. Opponent vials in Displacer, sure. And a double block there, okay, prioritize. But no matter, discard. And actually, the priority thing didn't matter because he's going to lose both of them. The power of math. Back to our opponent. And there's the concede. Wow. So we win that one in the end despite my horrible game 1. And now I feel more awake. Like, I learned my lesson, you know, to not fall asleep during Magic, right? And so far, pack rat looks really good. Like, really, really good. And I kind of feel like maybe we could even cut the Mindcrank and this combo there, even though it's pretty cool and that's kind of like the center of the deck. But Training Grounds and pack rat alone could be like a deck, right? I don't know, something to think about in the future. But on to the next one. Opening hand looks really good, so we'll keep. And doesn't this look familiar? Huh. Well, that's pretty good. We got Training Grounds and pack rat. So what to start with? It's a bit of a tough call because he probably has Kite Sail Freebooter, or he might, in which case we don't want him taking this. So we could just play this, or we could just use Kozilek to stop it. So we'll go with Kozilek. Well, definitely got to take Thalia. So we'll do that and pass back. Opponent plays Dark Confidant and passes back. Back in our turn, we'll go ahead, Fatal Push this hoe, and then drop Training Grounds and back to our opponent. Please play the Reflector Mage. Oh, I started to tap the lands there for a minute, but no Reflector Mage. Okay, we have another pack rat. Problem is if we play it, then he just bounce it before we can use his ability. So let's go ahead and play Mindcrank and leave our opponent super confused. So back to our opponent. And what's this? The Mirror of Ass Crack. And opponent swings in for 1. It looks like this thing will flip at the end of turn. Yep, another Mindcrank. Well, aren't we in a tough spot? I can't really play the pack rat because of the mage. So let's pass turn back and hopefully get a land next turn. Valia's Lieutenant. And we take 3. Oh, jeez. Inquisition. Just force out of him. So no cards in hand. So it just fizzles. And back to our opponent. And a Meddling Mage to see if he knows the combo. Nope. He names Fatal Push, which isn't a bad choice either. So we go to 2. Too little too late at this point. Unfortunately, the mana screw. We have this too. Oh well. But at least he doesn't know about it, seems. So on to game 2. Going into game 2, I mean, or 2 Thought Scours, 1 Metal the Mixture to put in 2 Damnations and 1 Collective Brutality. And with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand. Well, we have the Mindcrank and Guildmage combo in hand. So I think we're good. We'll keep Aether Vial. So back in our turn, we'll drop the Mindcrank before Kite Sail Free Booty can come out and pass the turn back. And there's the booty. So good thing we got rid of Mindcrank first. Opponent takes 1 of the Damnations, okay? Well, no third land, but we should drop this before the Meddling Mage comes out. So, alright, pass back to our opponent. And another booty. Okay. And no attacks from our opponent, okay. Well, we don't get that third land, so that sucks. So we'll go ahead, drop in the pack rat, and pass back to our opponent. And opponent vials in the Dark Confidant at the end of our turn. Okay. And no attacks from opponent, okay. And another Dark Confidant. And there's our third land. Yay! And now here's the beauty of it. We'll swing in. And now, unless he has a way to get rid of Mindcrank, we win. Because once he takes damage, it's going to trigger this, and it's going to be an infinite combo, and yeah. What's this? Just that. Okay. So now here's the magic. Oh, the infinite combo is so beautiful. And there's the game. Okay, on to game 3. Now the question is, do we still go for that combo going into game 3 because he has Meddling Mage, and now that he knows what the combo is, he could just name one of the cards with it, or use Kite Sail Free Booty to stop it. So maybe we should just go off the combo and like put it back in the sideboard. I'm not even sure if we're capable of outspeeding him if we do that. We'll try it. I might as well use Hercule Recall to get rid of the Ether Vials because yeah, we're that desperate. So with that, let's go to game 3. Opening hand, we got Pack Rat, Thoughtseize, so we'll keep. Opponent plays Champion of the Harsh and passes back to us. Start things off, we use Thoughtseize, and ooh, okay. Well, not much there. Take that and pass back. If we're super lucky, he won't play any creatures, and that way we can kill this with Liliana, but that's kind of a long shot. We take 1, okay, and a Fatal Push. Well, this turn let's drop in the Guildmage so that way we can block and pass turn back to our opponent. Mantis Rider, okay, and opponent swings in for 3, sure. Well, that Mantis Rider kind of kills things with Liliana at least. So I think the best move here is swinging with the Guildmage. Do we? I don't know. That's kind of risky. So we'll hold back. And fingers crossed he doesn't play another creature next turn. We'll use Liliana on the Mantis Rider and pass back. Please no creatures. Please no creatures. Ugh. Where'd that come from? Oh, no fair. Opponent swings at both the Liliana. Well, shit. I think Liliana's got to go, so let's let it die. I mean, I don't know. Another Inquisition. Maybe we should use Inquisition. I think the best move here, just drop the Pack Rat. Opponent gets a booty. So that forces us to use the Fatal Push now on the champion. Okay. Takes the Metal of the Mixture. Then opponent swings in the air for 4. I'm not sure how we're going to get out of this one. Thought Scour. I guess we'll draw a card. I mean, what do we have to lose here? Land. Well, that kind of sucks. Might as well use Inquisition. Land, of course. Well, pass back. We basically need to top deck a Damnation or we lose. And a Thalia, that's not good. And another Noble Hierarch. Well, opponent swings in the air for 5, but with Thalia out, we don't really have a way out. Fatal Push. Yeah, he got us. But on the bright side, it's good to see that our human deck's doing well. But on to the next one. Opening hand, way too many lands, so I'm gonna mull. And we can make this work. Keep top and start off with Inquisition. And it looks like we're up against Jessica Control. Okay, nothing really too good here. I guess the Visions. Pass back to our opponent. Now it's a bit risky to play Mindcrank in case they have Snapcaster, but I think we'll go for it. Pass back to our opponent. Opponent passes back to us. Full land. Nothing really special here, so just pass back. Opponent passes back to us. And what are the odds that they have counter for this? Well, might as well Thought Scour. If we wait, he'll just drop Cryptic on us, so let's go for it. It comes out, pass back. And a Path to Exile. Okay. Back to us. That doesn't help. Okay, pass back to our opponent. Opponent passes back to us. Wow, okay. Pass back to our opponent. Okay, Tasker again. We know they have Cryptic, though, so is there any point? I think we'll wait. Opponent passes back to us. It's not looking too good for us. Man, at least it's a Creeping Tar Pit. Okay, still nothing from our opponent. And might as well make Creeping Tar Pit into a creature. Swing in. Bolt. Alrighty. And an Electrolyze. Okay. Jeez. We do have Muddle the Mixture, so maybe we go for this and then try and counter, or we can transmute for the card that goes with this. I suppose we'll attempt Tasker. I'm pretty sure it won't work, though. Comes out. Okay. Opponent attempts to path it. Well, let's try this and force it out of him. Let's go with the Muddle the Mixture and the Spell Snare. Ouch. Okay, activate this ability here. Opponent gives us Inquisition, and might as well fire off the Inquisition. Okay. Logic Knot, sure. Back to our opponent. Opponent turns Colonnade into a creature. Swings for 4. Another Mindcrank. Well, might as well. Back to our opponent. Okay, opponent turns Colonnade into a creature. Swings in, it looks like. They still have the Cryptic, though, so they could counter the Fatal Push. So it actually worked. We got the Colonnade, but I kind of wish he would have countered it because of this now. So back to our opponent. Opponent passes back to us. Ooh, and another one. Okay. He probably has multiple counter cards in hand, but let's try it. Transmute. Attempt to cast. Opponent attempts Cryptic. Well, I suppose we'll attempt to counter the Cryptic command. See if that works. Does he have counter for it? He has to counter it. If he doesn't counter it, he loses. Or pretty much loses, because as soon as he plays a card, we'll activate this. Ooh. Wow. Okay. This will be interesting. I wonder if he knows if he tries to kill it, we can still act. Oh, yeah, he didn't know it. Okay. So in response, we'll activate this. And so now when this resolves, it'll trigger an infinite combo. So yeah, even with this dead, though, I've seen a lot of people do this. They don't realize that even if it's dead, it still works because the ability's still on the stack. So time for the infinite combo. Where is it? Come on. There we go. Infinite combo. Hooray. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. Well, despite having a pretty rough game right there, we actually pulled it off, I guess. And there's a concede. So going to game 2. Going into game 2, I'm going to get rid of all this stuff here to put in all this. So we're getting rid of the combo since he already saw it. And even though he'll be looking for it, it won't be there. So yeah, on to game 2. Opening hand, not too great, so I'm going to mull. And this hand's a little bit iffy too because we don't have any black mana for this. So I'm going to mull. Wow. No way. Well, keep this. Hopefully get a land on the top. And no. Jeez. I'm not sure we can win this now. I mean, yeah. Ooh, finally a land. So go ahead. Attempt a Thoughtseize just to see what's in his hand. Spellcaller. Okay. Opponent swings for 2. Not a land. Back to our opponent. Take 2 again. And there's the land, but I think it might be too little too late. Maybe go for a Collective Brutality. Just to try and get a card out of his hand. Another Spellcaller. Okay. Opponent swings for 4. No blocks. Jeez. Alright, let's put ourselves out of our misery and just go to game 3. So now that we know he has the Spellcaller, let's put an extra Fatal Push in and then swap it for a Leyline of the Void. And with that, let's go to game 3. Opening hand, definitely better than before, so we'll keep. I mean, anything's better than before, but yeah. Start off with an Inquisition. And, probably the most immediate threat is the Electrolyze if we want to go with Pack Rat, so we'll get rid of Electrolyze. Pass back to our opponent. And a Relic of Progenitus. So he still thinks we're on the combo, but we're not. So that's a good sign. Back on our turn, Training Grounds, and then the Creeping Tar Pit tapped, and then pass back to our opponent. Visions. And opponent plays a land untapped. Suspicious. Could be a Spell Snare. Pull a Tasker. We could drop the Pack Rat, but I'm thinking that's a Spell Snare. So instead I'm going to go with the Guildmage. Pretty sure it's Spell Snare. It's okay. Lightning Bolt? Not yet. That was suspicious. What was he holding it for? I'm thinking it's still Spell Snare. That doesn't matter. Well, with Geist Alice, he's tapped out, which means we'll probably go with the Pack Rat next turn. But I don't really want to discard either of these cards, so I'm just going to go ahead, use the Pack Rat, and keep the Polluted Delta in hand to discard it. So with that, we'll pass back to our opponent. Back on our opponent's turn, they play this untapped. Suspicious. And at the end of the turn, we'll go ahead, use the Pack Rat, and even if he kills this one, we still get a copy of it. He doesn't try to kill it? Okay. Well, back on our turn, we have another Training Grounds. So a couple things we can do here. We can play the second Training Grounds and use the Guildmage to force him to discard 2 cards, or we can just sack it. That's kind of risky. I'm thinking he has Selfless Spirit, so to be safe, we'll swing with Pack Rat. No blocks from our opponent. Okay. I think the safest thing to do is just get rid of Training Grounds to pump the Rats, so he'll take 6. It would have been really cool to use this for 1, but I think we gotta go with the Rats. So we'll pass back to our opponent. We have this that we can use, so that's good. And at the end of our opponent's turn, they attempt a Cryptic command. So we'll respond with a counter spell. I think that's worth it. So they'll go to 5. And as long as they don't have like a Supreme Verdict, I think we're okay. They can't even play Supreme Verdict actually because of this. As long as they don't have Anger of the Gods. No attacks from opponent. Okay. Back in our turn, Thoughtseize. Let's give that a shot. See what he's got. And opponent responds with a Cryptic command. Interesting. To counter and tap down our creatures. Yeah. Suppose that's a good trade. And with our 2 mana remaining, we could use the first one or the second one of this. We know he has a Geist in hand, so if we force him to discard, that might not be the best. So I suppose we'll draw instead. Land, okay. Back to our opponent. And there's a concede. Okay. That was an interesting match. I mean, game 2 was awful. Game 1 was really close, but a pretty hard-earned win. So that's good. So on to the next one. Okay, final match. We got the combo in hand, so we'll keep. Only problem is that we got a duplicate of this land, but oh well. Start off with Thoughtseize. Ew. What's the bigger threat here? Eidolon, probably. Back to our opponent. Lava Spike and another Mindcrank. Okay. Watery Grave, Mindcrank, and hopefully they get rid of their Lightning Helix in hand. Lava Spike and another Mindcrank. Well, if we play this, he's just gonna kill it. So Mindcrank. All right. Boros Charm. Running out of time here. In a Training Grounds. Well, we can play Training Grounds, but really not looking good for us. I mean, how do we even? I mean, he has to basically have like all lands in hand because we know he has a Boros. Actually, no. We lose either way because he has Boros Charm and Lightning Helix in hand, right? Because he had 2 Boros Charms. We've only seen 1. Wait, did he fire off a Lightning Helix? Wait, he already fired it off? What? Okay, maybe we'll just dump this. I don't even know what's going on anymore. He probably has a way to kill it, but we'll give it a shot. Opponent plays the land, fetches. Do they have a way to kill this or kill us? Opponent does 4 to us. And looks like he got us. Yep. All right. On to game 2. Going into game 2, or 1 Mindcrank, 2 Thoughtseizes, put in 1 Collective Brutality and 2 Counter Squalls. And with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand, we have Training Grounds followed by Pack Rat, so we can keep this. Start off with Training Grounds, pass back. Monastery Swiftspear. Back in our turn, Thought Scour. Do we go for that? Yeah, I think so. Another land. Okay. Pass back to our opponent. Wow. How mean. Good thing we have a second one. So go to 15. And have an Inquisition, Training Grounds, or even Liliana. I think we'll do Inquisition. Well, Boros Charm, Training Grounds, and then pass back to our opponent. Lightning Bolt, Eidolon. Oh my. You get a Fatal Push. Maybe just go with the Pack Rat. Yeah. Pass back to our opponent. I don't really know if we can get around this one though. Opponent swings and we gotta block something, so we'll block the Eidolon. Well, opponent uses Boros Charm, and that does it. Well, unfortunately, he got us a bit too fast for us, and that ends our league. Well, the deck was interesting, but as far as what changes to make, I think we can make a couple changes here. A couple things I noticed. The islands were kind of a nuisance in some of the games, as in there were just too many islands sometimes, because it's kind of hard because we have Metal the Mixture, which costs double blue, but we also have the Pack Rats, which use a lot of black mana, and Liliana uses a lot of black mana, and the Damnations use a lot of black mana, so it's kind of hard to have basics in the deck. So a few extra fetches would probably have been nice to get those Watery Graves, and we don't really need 4 Watery Graves, probably go with 3 instead, and shove in some extra fetches, but I don't know, it's a little bit nitpicky there. And the main focus of the deck was the combo here, but sometimes it just felt like a bit of a distraction almost, where Pack Rat was a really good way to win, and sometimes like we'd be doing that, and then this would kind of pop in the picture, and it's like, it's kind of hard, because you're either doing the combo or you're not doing the combo, and there isn't really a whole lot of in between, so sometimes it feels like there's just like 8 cards in the deck that don't need to be there, and other times it feels like everything else in the deck that isn't the combo doesn't need to be there. So it's a bit strange how the deck's a bit black and white in that regard, but it was a lot of fun to play. As far as what other changes we could do, and maybe extra Collective Brutalities would have been nice, because this is a pretty good card, and the decks that we had the most trouble with were the aggressive decks, so having extra Collective Brutalities for life gain would be pretty good. And as far as the sideboard goes, Leyline of the Void, it's okay, but the problem is that if you get it out late, it just doesn't get rid of their graveyard. So I think in most cases I'd rather have Relic of Progenitus. And the other issue is that with Leyline of the Void, the cards get automatically exiled from their graveyard. So that means that the combo doesn't work if Leyline of the Void is out, because it technically doesn't go to their graveyard, so this thing doesn't work. So I think that's why Relic of Progenitus would be better in the sideboard, so like 3 of them in the sideboard would be pretty good. But it was a pretty cool deck, and it'd be kind of interesting to see how the deck would work if we just got rid of the combo and went like full-blown Training Grounds, Pack Rat, Scarab God, and Tassiger. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. But I had a lot of fun with this deck. It really reminded me of the blue-black deck that we made with Oboro and the land combo thing. So it brought back good memories. You know, it was fun. And thanks again to Master of Zelda for submitting this deck. It was really interesting, and you can tell a lot of time went into making it. And thanks to everyone else for submitting decks. They are all really interesting, and I did look through all of them, and all of them seemed really well thought out. So thanks again for doing that, and I'll definitely do more user-submitted decks in the future. And to those of you who already submitted a deck, I'm still looking through those again. I'm glancing over them multiple times just to see which ones I want to do next. And if you haven't already submitted a deck, or if you want to submit more decks, you can make a deck on tapped.net, and just make sure you put Magic Aids in the title so I can search for it. Or as an alternative, you can go to MTG Vault, submit a deck there, and just make sure you put Magic Aids in the title so I can find it. And I'll look forward to seeing what you guys post next. So thanks again, and as always, I hope you have a great day.